Welcome back to another video on my channel, Fruits of the Spirit. On this channel, I usually answer questions that I find interesting, and the question I picked today is, why was Jesus rude to his mother? If you don't know what I'm referring to, in John chapter 2 verse 4, Jesus Christ, in reference to his mother, also said, "Woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come." Another verse like this is Matthew chapter 12 verses 46 to 50. Jesus Christ was talking to his disciples one day, and his mother was standing away from them, wanting to speak to Jesus. When someone told Jesus that she was waiting away, wanting to speak to him, Jesus told him, "Who is my mother? And who are my brethren?" And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples, and said, "Behold my mother and my brethren! For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother." So, I think we all want to know why Jesus Christ referred to his mother like that, especially in the Matthew account. And that was because of the fact that, 1, she was standing away from the lesson he was teaching the disciples, which meant that she did not feel that it was important enough to sit down and listen to. Mary, his mother, seemed to have little regard for whatever Jesus Christ was doing with his disciples. Usually, after being informed by God that your son is special, as we see in Luke chapter 1 verses 27 to 37, you'd pay attention to whatever that child was saying. But Mary didn't do that. And now that I think about it, remember that saying that says the apple doesn't fall that far from the tree? Well, we can see that clearly with Jesus' brothers. If you look at, for example, John chapter 7 verses 1 to 5, they wanted him to do his miracles at the Feast of Tabernacles because they thought that he was an attention seeker, and they felt that they had no business with him. Just in case you forgot, this is still the Son of God we're talking about. As his brothers did, Mary did not see the need to stand alongside Jesus Christ and have some of the shame and persecution him and his disciples received. So she left him to do whatever he felt like he wanted to do. And there's even another person who was like that, the parents of the blind man that was healed. In John chapter 9 verses 1 to 23, they dodged the question that the Pharisees asked, which was how he was made to see, because then they would have to say it was Jesus Christ. And then they would be put out of the synagogue. So, since Mary obviously did not feel the need to support her son in the ministry, she simply forfeited the respect that she would have gotten, because to gain respect from a holy man, you have to be holy yourself and stand in the face of persecution. Something that God said in 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 30 really fit the situation. And let's read it together. "For them that honor me, I will honor, and they that despise me shall be lightly esteemed." So, as you can see here, honor Jesus Christ, you'll get honor. Don't honor Jesus Christ, then you don't get honor. Another person who fits the situation is King Asa's mother. King Asa was a righteous king, as was stated in 1 Kings chapter 15 verse 11. But his mother worshipped idols. Because she did that, King Asa removed her as queen mother and burned her idol. Jesus had even advised his disciples that they should not respect anyone who did not respect him, even if they are a family member, in Luke chapter 14 verse 26, which I do think we should read. "If any man come to me and hate not his father, and mother, and wife, and children, and brethren, and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple." Therefore, what we can gather from this is that Jesus Christ was rude to his mother because she did not support him when he was preaching the gospel, and didn't even find it necessary to listen to the gospel when he was preaching, even though she was told by an angel that he was a very important man. And that's about it for the answer to why was Jesus rude to his mother. If you like this type of content and want to see more, then please consider subscribing, liking, and clicking the notification bell so you'll be notified of when I post again. Have a great day, and I will see you soon.